about a very important subject, and I believe at the end of this, you'll be scratching your head and asking, is this weird or not? By the way, at the very end of this video, I will actually, because I am live, I will be going live on our sister channel, and I'll actually be doing that from here. So from here, we will all end up going over to Marfoogle TV, our sister channel on YouTube, and then we will bring you with. So just remember that at the very end of this, if you need to get to the other channel or the other show, make sure to go down to that show notes and then head over to the other show where we're going to talk about in-depth to everything and have a live call-in show. Again, tonight will be a live call-in at 224-400-MARF. All right, so first of all, I want to talk about a story that was, we actually credit Chicago Wags, at Chicago Wags on Twitter, and essentially sent us this story about a very special kind of tick. Now, once you hear this doesn't seem like something on the surface that would get a lot of attention, but I believe it should. It says, look out for tick known to cause red meat allergy in the DMV, health experts warn. And that is, of course, referring to DC, Maryland, and Virginia. It says that there's a warning about a specific type of tick now showing up in our region. Health experts are issuing a warning to keep an eye out for ticks this spring, as a certain type is popping up in the DMV area and can cause people to develop red meat is in DC, and Fox 5 is talking to tick researcher Dr. Alex Cumble about what to know and what to look out for. It says there's lots of humidity out there. It's perfect for tick species to do really what it needs to do to find people and bite them. It says, so it's the correlation between this tick species and an allergy to red meat. It says this particular tick species, unlike any other tick species, has a sugar in its saliva called alpha gel. And so when this tick species bites a person, your body elicits a response. It's an allergic reaction to the alpha gal sugar. And it says it forms antibodies, which will then ramp up your immune system and cause these allergic reactions. So I just want you to think about everything we've talked about with, of course, meat and where it is headed. We, of course, have talked about how they are telling us right now that by 2030, in fact, our president told us that, by 2030, you may have limits. In fact, they want to get down to like where we have 8 ounces of red meat or what was it, hamburger or 8 ounces of cow, essentially, by the year 2030 would be like our monthly allotment. So say if you wanted to have like a big juicy hamburger, or if you wanted to have a steak, that would be like a once a month kind of thing. It would be a very special occasion. It would be something that you really wouldn't have. As you know, that many restaurants and even fast food are trying to put in the fake meat. And then, of course, you have BG, Mr. Gates, talking about the future of meat is actually not meat at all. It's fake meat. You also know we've been covering the different AI advancements they've done, including even, growing animal parts and things like this in a lab, in an actual, digital environment with an actual womb, all this kind of crazy stuff. But really, the craziest part about this is, and I've never heard of something like this ever before, a tick bites you, and just say that this tick ends up, spreading, or there ends up being more of them. It bites you and actually makes you allergic to red meat. Wouldn't that kind of check a whole lot of boxes for everybody if nobody could eat red meat? Now, as far as that goes, and just take that with what you will. I mean, maybe that's the planet's way of evolving us into not using meat. Maybe it's a self-defense mechanism. Why did this just all of a sudden pop up? How did a tick just pop out of nowhere that would do this kind of thing? And now, again, it is in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So are we going to see this spread? But we also have talked about how farming and everything else regarding food is being affected. And like I said, every single day there has been something new. I mean, this has been just off the charts. As somebody who analyzes the different media and different news that comes out, it's almost, it's insane. We have a story like this almost every day. If it's not food related, it's essentially surrounding the food market and the food industry, everything that is happening. This is actually not affecting the food or the farms. It is affecting us. This would be a direct way for a ton of people, if they ended up getting bit by this tick, do not eat red meat. So I think that it may be more important than most people would look at this at first, and they would say, oh, who cares? It's a tick. As you guys know, bug species can spread like wildfire, or if they end up moving to other areas. And again, it's a tick. I would think that anywhere humid could have this thing. Would that be a way for the planet to get us to stop eating red meat? So I thought this was very interesting. The sources for this and Dr. Kumbi and all of his studies and everything will be attached to this article over on Marfoogle News. I thought this was important because it is most definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. So we'll be talking about this and much, much more over on Marfoogle TV. I did want to get all of you guys over there as well. And then also over on marfooglenews.com, you have abilities to go prep at marfooglenews.com/prep. But besides this, just a brief update. We are now, last night's show, we talked about May 9th having a possible significance as far as Vlad declaring an official event. Many of you do not believe that. I am saying that, basically I would say whatever the low percentage of that would be, I would say still keep your heads about you and keep your head on a swivel, because we don't know what's going to happen next. We do know from our Twitter and from everyone when I asked, have you seen unusual military activity? I got way, way more videos than I ever thought I would get. People from all over the country are seeing trains of movement. You have, of course, helicopters flying way, way more than you've ever seen before. And then you've got major convoys moving all around the country. So again, it's normal movement, and then there's absolutely crazy movement. And I believe we are in the absolutely crazy zone. Now, they may be just moving all of these generators and all of these power equipment to the East Coast for some other reason, but maybe they're doing a drill, or maybe this is part of getting it somewhere so they can ship it out to UKR. I don't know. But what I do know is that most of you have agreed with me that something is up and something big is going on. So we'll see you over on Marfoogle TV. In fact, I am going to be starting the show. I've got Dex on the phone and in my ear. So we're going to be starting over there. Make sure to get over there. Thank you all. Make sure to go over to marfooglenews.com. If you don't have the link, just go to the show notes in the very first link there. Have a good day, guys. Be safe, be prepared, and we'll see you over on Marfoogle TV.